In the sun-drenched fields of Santa Maria, California, where dreams of gridiron glory take root in the hearts of young athletes, a quarterback was writing the opening chapters of his legacy. Mark Brunell, standing 6 feet 1 inch and weighing 215 pounds, wasn't the most imposing figure on the field, but his combination of precision passing and athletic ability made him unstoppable at St. Joseph High School. In his senior year alone, he threw for an astounding 2,376 yards and 13 touchdowns, leading his Knights to 2 league championships. With a completion rate approaching 53% and the ability to punt for a jaw-dropping 36.3 yards per attempt, this dual-threat quarterback was demonstrating the versatility that would define his career. The University of Washington beckoned in 1988, and Brunell joined a recruiting class that would change college football forever. Alongside future NFL stars Lincoln Kennedy and Steve Empman, he arrived on campus with something to prove. After redshirting his freshman year, Brunell's breakthrough came in his sophomore season. Taking over the starting role in 1990, he completed 46.6% of his passes for 1,732 yards and accounted for 24 total touchdowns. His signature moment came in just his third start, leading the Huskies to a dominant 31-0 victory over a highly ranked USC team, a game that announced Washington as a national power. The trajectory seemed unstoppable until fate intervened with cruel timing. In the 1991 spring game, Brunell suffered a devastating knee injury that threatened to derail not just his season, but his entire career. Doctors predicted months of recovery, but they hadn't counted on Brunell's determination. Defying medical expectations, he returned to action just weeks into the season, receiving a standing ovation as he took the field against Kansas State in Washington's third game. The 1991 season became a testament to resilience. Fighting through pain and sharing time with Billy Joe Hobart, Brunell helped guide Washington to a perfect regular season and ultimate national championship. His numbers during this period tell a story of efficiency over volume: 59.1% completion rate, 333 yards and 4 touchdowns in limited action. But more importantly, he learned the most valuable lesson of his career: no setback is permanent. Over his college career, he amassed 3,423 passing yards and 42 total touchdowns, completing 52% of his passes. His leadership helped Washington secure 2 Rose Bowl victories, where he earned MVP honors in 1991. The 1993 NFL Draft brought another test of Brunell's resolve. Despite his college success, concerns about his ability to adapt to the pro game saw him fall to the 5th round, where the Green Bay Packers selected him 118 overall. For 2 years, he waited behind Brett Favre, throwing just 27 passes for 95 yards. During this period, he completed only 44.4% of his attempts, statistics that gave little indication of the career that would follow. But Brunell wasn't content to remain a backup, and when the expansion Jacksonville Jaguars came calling in 1995, he took the biggest risk of his career, leaving the established Packers for an unproven franchise. The gamble paid off spectacularly. In his first season as a starter, Brunell threw for 2,168 yards and 15 touchdowns, adding 480 rushing yards with his legs. His ability to extend plays and create something from nothing helped the expansion Jaguars stay competitive in games where they were heavily outmatched. By 1996, he was leading the NFL with 4,367 passing yards, guiding the Jaguars to their first playoff appearance and an improbable run to the AFC Championship game. During his peak years from 1996 to 2000, he averaged over 3,300 passing yards per season, with a remarkable 91 touchdowns against 59 interceptions, earning 3 Pro Bowl selections and the 1997 Pro Bowl MVP award. The Jaguars, defying all expectations for an expansion team, became the first such franchise to reach the playoffs 3 times in their first 4 seasons. Brunell's leadership was the catalyst, as he compiled a 63-54 record as Jacksonville's starter, throwing for 144 touchdowns and over 25,000 yards with the team. In pressure situations, he was nearly unstoppable, completing 56% of his passes in playoff games and leading 7 fourth-quarter comebacks. His ability to perform under pressure was legendary. In playoff games, he averaged 166.6 passing yards per game and maintained a respectable 69.6 passer rating despite facing the league's top defenses. After 9 seasons in Jacksonville, where he set every significant passing record for the franchise, Brunell faced another career crossroads. At age 33, many questioned whether he could still compete at the highest level. But in Washington, he engineered a remarkable second act. He set an NFL record by completing 22 consecutive passes in a single game against the Houston Texans, breaking a mark that had seemed unassailable. At age 35, he orchestrated one of the most memorable comebacks in Monday Night Football history, throwing 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes to defeat the Dallas Cowboys, silencing critics who thought his best days were behind him. During his Washington years, Brunell demonstrated remarkable efficiency, completing 57.7% of his passes in 2005, while throwing 23 touchdowns against just 10 interceptions. He led the team to a 10-6 record and a playoff victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, proving that veteran leadership still had value in a league increasingly focused on youth. But perhaps his greatest triumph came in 2009 with the New Orleans Saints. As Drew Brees' backup and the team's holder on field goals, Brunell played a crucial role in the Saints' first Super Bowl victory. His steady hands helped convert 3 critical field goals in Super Bowl 44 from distances of 46, 44, and 47 yards, contributing to a historic 31-17 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. This role, while less glamorous than his days as a starter, showcased Brunell's ultimate evolution from star quarterback to invaluable team leader. In his final NFL seasons with the New York Jets, Brunell continued to contribute, throwing his last touchdown passes in 2010, a 17-yard strike to Santonio Holmes, and a 52-yard bomb to Braylon Edwards. These final moments of brilliance served as a fitting coda to a remarkable career. Today, Mark Brunell's legacy extends far beyond his statistics, though those numbers tell an impressive story. Over 32,000 passing yards, 2,421 rushing yards, and a completion percentage of nearly 60%. More impressively, he appeared in 176 games, surviving 389 sacks that resulted in 2,388 yards lost, proving his durability in a brutal sport. His career passer rating of 84.0 stands as a testament to his consistency and ability to adapt his game as the NFL evolved. His impact on college football's grandest stage was also recognized. In 2015, Brunell was inducted into the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame. Now, as the quarterback's coach for the Detroit Lions, he's sharing 2 decades of NFL wisdom with the next generation. From an overlooked prospect to a Super Bowl champion, from an expansion team quarterback to a franchise legend, Mark Brunell's journey embodies the persistence, adaptability, and leadership that define greatness in professional football. His story reminds us that in sports, as in life, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up.